Hi everybody, Jim here, Jim or Jim-BTC or well, from Satoshi Trial. As I'm currently censored and blocked on Twitter, Jack wants me to give him my phone number, which I'm not going to do because I don't want him to get any more value from this product, because let's face it, on any social media platform, unless it's decentralized, you are a product. I've actually started twitching today. Anyway, I just want to get into this. What happened last night on block 590483 with this reorg, because it's a little bit more interesting than meets the eye initially. To run basic, because I spoke on Captain Bitcoin's channel today, on the Bitcoin SV channel, and I was kind of like, I really hadn't looked at this in that much detail, so something unexpected happened, and I just want to, in my analysis, which I thought, why wasn't the transactions in the next block after the reorg, or in one of the blocks during the reorg, and then I can explain why, and it's exactly how Bitcoin works. But let's go and have a look first at the basics, what happened. So block 590482 was the last block, the last OK block, shall we say. Ignore it when it says 0.0 megabytes. That means they're rounding it either way, so it's less than 0.05 megabytes. So they round it down to 0, which is pretty silly, but this is BitMex research, so we can't expect them to really present the information honestly to the people, because obviously they're in the number go high camp. I mean, that's their whole business. Idiots gambling on these exchanges. Okay, so what happened was, what we can tell by this diagram, and also by looking at the blockchain, and if you'd been running a node, you'd have got the message about the reorg, is that these two blocks came out at roughly the same time. This one probably came out a little bit earlier. We don't really know the timings exactly, because even if you look at the block time, it's not an exact time. It's whatever time the miner puts, which is another thing, another subject for another day. So these two blocks came out. What happened was, some part of the network started to mine on top of this block, which is this one here they eventually produced. Another part of the network started to mine on top of this block. Now this is Nakamoto consensus, this is reorgs in action. Normally you get quite a few one block reorgs, but this is a 2-block reorg. So what that means is, the part of the network that was following this chain here started mining a block here that they never got round to doing, because at the same time a part of the network here, the people on following this chain, the miners following this chain, managed to mine this block before anything was ever mined here. So what happened was, the miners following this chain were also following this chain, and when they saw that this chain was longer, which means it had the most proof of work, they all abandoned this and jumped over to this chain. So 590485, 590486, it carried on that way pretty normal. Now, as far as monetary transactions are concerned, people sending using minimum fees and stuff, what I presume happened, which is normal, is that anybody who sent fees that got into this block here, or anybody who sent fees, who sent transactions, they would have had their transactions in one of these blocks here, or eventually in this block. Nobody would have lost any money. But the interesting thing, if we go and look at CoinDance, we can see, let's go back here a second. So 590483 was where it all started. So if we look at CoinDance, sorry, there's a motorbike. If we look at CoinDance, which is now the historical record, this is eliminated from history. This doesn't exist more in history, if you like. Only if you run a node, or only if you check what these guys did on this fork monitor site, you would know about this, because it's not really a detail you need to know. Now if we look at 590.483, we see here, there it is, 0.1 megabytes, done by unknown. Now the interesting thing is that all of these blocks here are pretty small, right up until this one, 590.497, which is a big block, 66 megabytes, mined by SV pool. If you look at these ones, they're all mined by unknowns, which could be one miner, it could be various miners. There's pool in here, which I guess is a known miner, but SV pool mined here. So the initial thought is, why didn't this 66 megabyte block appear here, or here, or here even, in one of these three, depending on exactly when it was transmitted, exactly when it should have appeared here, or here, or here, or maybe parts of it in here, parts of it in here. Now you need to get, and we can look at the mempool as well. This is the mempool during that moment. Now you'll see this mempool is connected to a node run by Joho. So you can clearly see that whatever Derek used, whatever node he was connected to when he sent his transactions, the transactions were distributed throughout the network, because you can see it happening here. You can see Joho's pool, his mempool on his server, starts to fill up to around 63 meg. And then what happens is it goes down to 0. This is at 320, or we can have a look exact. Yeah, we're 320 more or less. So let's have a look at the back to here again, and you'll see at the times. I'll go to the time. Here you go. This is the 319. This is the time here, 590.482. And if you go back here, 590.482. Sorry, 590.483 was at 324.15. It's this one here that they disappeared. So what we can tell is that Joho's pool at this time, because the mempool cleared, it was following this side at this time. So what happened was the mempool cleared, and then at 326 you can see it goes full again to 327, which should correspond to this time, 590.485 more or less. And there you go, 326.33, 590.485. So this is when the fork was won by the other side, 590.485. So Joho's pool was monitoring the other side, and what it did is it threw all these transactions back into the mempool again. Now the interesting question is why, because you can see this lasted from 326 to 415. Now there's some guy here, Crypto Tesla, saying that it doesn't seem natural because they came 15 blocks later. It was natural, and it's very simple, the explanation why. From this time period, all of these, this full period here, all of these blocks were mined, and nobody took those transactions. Only when SV pool mined a block, they took those transactions, but the transactions were always there. They were always propagated by the network. So why didn't pool in or these unknown miners take the transactions? It's very simple. They didn't want to. Why didn't they want to? It's probably got something to do with the fees, because Derek's using low fees. I think SV pool are very open to experimentation, and these other miners, they could block by the fees being too low. They could block by, they don't want to have data going through them. They could only say we want transactions, no op returns. There could be various reasons, but these miners elected not to choose those transactions, which is competition, because if SV pool come in, or if there's a lot of data, or another miner says I'll take these transactions, they take them. So that's why we see this period here. So what you need to do is maybe say to pool in, hey, why aren't you taking these transactions? And it's up to them. They don't have to. It doesn't make any sense not to at this stage in the early days, until there really is more miners, more data and more competition, because at this stage it's not like they save anything by not taking them now, because they're going to have to download them anyway when when this pool says, these are the transactions. They've already got the transactions in the mempool. They're just deciding not to put them in their blocks for whatever reason. But someone comes along and takes it, they're going to see that, and they might change their things now and say, look, well, we should take them, because if we don't take them, SV Pool's going to take them. I don't think SV Pool are going to decide not to take them for now, so it's competition. So that is basically why we had such a long period of these transactions sitting here after the reorg, and why only in block 590497 did the movie Conspiracy of Silence, which is a very interesting documentary, make it into the blockchain. Derek didn't lose any money. He didn't have to send the transactions again, because as I proved here, they got into the mempool and they stayed there. Bitcoin worked exactly as designed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Please send me tips, or I'm going to post this on Twitch as well, so like or whatever. I hope anybody learned something from this. Okay, thanks everybody. Cheers. Bye.